So if you've seen anything on my channel, you know that one of my favorite things on earth is to go hiking with my dog. Cleo's my adventure buddy, and she loves nothing more than to go with us on our camping, hiking, adventure trips. And today I'm going to share with you what I love to take and what I find very helpful in our time outdoors. Now, before I let her go run around and get out of the camera here, I'm going to talk about the two most important things and one thing that she's wearing right now. That is, of course, a leash. Now, this right here is a slip lead. I like the slip leads a lot. I think they're great because that way the collar is kind of unnecessary to actually operating the leash. And if your collar comes off or something, you can use the slip lead. I use this one. I got this at the Humane Society when we got her. But everything I talk about today and even some more things are going to be in the description of this video. I put a bunch of Amazon links to things that I take and things that I'd like to take that we'll probably purchase sometime soon. Now, with this leash, I also carry a carabiner, and I hook this onto my belt loop. And what I'll do is if I need to be hands-free and she has to be on a leash, I'll clip the end of the carabiner and the other end to Cleo, so that way I'm hands-free if need be. Also, if I have the leash, if she's not on the leash, I have it like this, and I can hook it on to her, hey, good girl, perfect timing, and I can hook it onto her collar right here and use that as kind of a short leash. Now, this next part is going to be a bit controversial, but it's something that greatly improves our time outdoors, and it's this e-collar right here, right? So this one I got from Amazon as well. It's our link. It's made by Bowsnick, and this one has three settings, three things that it will do. It will beep, it will vibrate, and it will shock. I never use the shock setting, but it is there in case someone says, hey, is your dog on a leash? And they might not think a beep is sufficient. And of course, if something drastic happens, like she's running out into traffic, I'd rather give a light shock than her dying hit by a car. But of course, we don't really use the shock, like, at all. Now, if you're walking your dog off lead, some places allow it, some places don't. And Cleo is under voice command, and we work extensively every single day. We practice walking off lead, but you never know what's going to happen, especially with other people. And so I always like to have some sort of backup, and she knows what the beep is. Hang on. And she knows what the beep means, and that's really all that ever takes. Very rarely do I even have to do a vibrate. Okay, go ahead. So, and she loves the thing. She doesn't, just because she gets the freedom of being off leash and gets to walk around, but she is still technically on a leash, right? On the subjects of leads and harnesses too, I prefer a slip lead. Some people prefer a clip lead. I've linked all of those down below, whether you want a harness or a leash. I generally go with a leash because dogs tend to pull with harness. It just depends, right? Whether you want a leash or a harness, they're all viable options for hiking depending on what your dog likes, what you like to use. I use a collar. This is the closest thing to a harness I have, but I understand the reason people get harnesses for safety. Again, you can pull your dog up, but that's kind of what this is for us. They also make, I forgot what the brand is. I'll try to find a link and put it below, but they make collars and harnesses that have a retractable lead that goes into them. I forgot what the brand is, but I'll find it and I'll put it below. And I want one really bad. They're so cool because there are a lot of places that require a leash, but there are some places like fields where no one's around that Cleo might want to run around. And that's just a great way to conceal the leash in the harness and collar without having to carry one around. But again, for us, I generally have the leash clipped onto my belt loop regardless. Now, with those out of the way, let's get to the more fun stuff. Poop. Your dog's got to poop somewhere. And depending on where you are, you might have to pack it out. I always have this again on my carabiner here. This is my poop bag setup. I have a link to the ones I use, well, similar ones. I use the biodegradable bags, not that I throw them on the ground, but I just like to use either the recycled bags or ones that biodegrade in the landfill. But that is not my preferred way of disposing of waste while hiking. What I'd prefer to do, and this is kind of a must if we're out in the backcountry or something and there's not going to be a trash can or anything for days, is I bring a poop trowel, right? This is the same one that we'll use if we have to poop in the backcountry or anything backpacking. If she has to go to the bathroom, I'll dig a little hole, I'll rake it in there and cover it up. You can just do a cat hole just like you would yourself, and you don't have to deal with any plastic bags or carrying those out or anything. Now, of course, you also want a bag for yourself to carry all this in. This one is the one I've reviewed on my channel, the REI one. You can check that out right here. But the one I've linked is an Osprey. It's a great day pack. It's a little bigger than this, honestly, and it carries just about everything you need. This is mainly for day pack. Some of the stuff I'm going to talk about are for longer backpacking, camping excursions, but this is for day packs and stuff, especially if you're just getting into hiking with your dog. A backpack this size is perfect. Now, second most important thing after leashes and stuff like that is water. Your dog cannot sweat like you can. They can sweat through the pads in their feet, but that doesn't really regulate heat. And one thing they need is water. Your dog will follow you to the end of the earth and they'll die trying to do it. So it's up to you to make sure you're giving them enough water. This right here is what we use anytime we go on a longer trip, where I can just bring a water bottle for me, a water bottle for Cleo. And what this is, you fill up the reservoir here, you press this button, and water comes out, and she can use it like a bowl. And then if there's still some left over, you press the button again, and it drains back into the reservoir. The one I've linked actually has a larger reservoir, and it folds out. Those, I didn't really see those when we got this, however long ago we did, but Cleo loves this thing. It took a little bit for her to understand that it was for water, because she was like, she didn't really like it. She preferred drinking from a bowl, but once she understood what it was for, she loves it. Every time this comes out, she's thirsty, she comes right up to it. And on top of that also, we have collapsible bowls. This one is for water, right? It's blue. And this one, if we're going backpacking or something as well, is for food, camping like that. These are camping backpacking bowls. These are great. They come with carabiners also. They're great. Like I said though, I prefer this because this, if we're hiking, I can pull it out of my water bottle holder, give her some water, put it right back and keep going. This is more of a setup, and it takes out of your water bottle. And there's also no way to save the water. If she only wants a few sips, you have to pour it out, or you can pour the nasty dog water back into your water bottle, which is not ideal. On the topic of bags also, maybe you don't want to carry everything. Maybe you want your dog to take some of the burden. So this right here is a pair of Saddlebags. These are the ones that we got a few years ago. Cleo is kind of a baby and she hates wearing them even if they're empty, but we also haven't worked with her a ton on them. So, but it's great. This one has a handle if you need to grab your dog. It's also got a clip lead. And again, what I like about having the carabiner also on top of the slip lead is if you have the slip lead and you need to clip it onto a harness or something, you can, right? There's your carabiner, there's your harness, is right there if you don't want to clip it onto their collar or whatever. This is of course great if your dog, you need to pull your dog somewhere quickly, if they've gotten themselves in a bind. Where is Cleo? Oh, there she is. She's looking for squirrels. It's got some stuff on the sides, places you can slip in, some patches, elastic straps, but the main thing, it has a couple molly things on the top. I don't really know what you're putting on here that's molly. I mean, I guess you could put like a knife, but why is your dog carrying a knife? But it's stuff on each side. They're not gonna carry a ton, but they can carry their food, maybe some first aid kits, something like that, light stuff. And also, if you have a really high energy dog, this is a great way to get them even more of a workout because you're giving them a job and it burns more energy. That way it gives them some more mental stimulation because not only are they exploring, sniffing, hiking and stuff, but now they're carrying weight as well. On the topic of that as well, first aid kits. This is just a day hiking one made for people, but I have some extra stuff in here. You want to be able to get your dog out of the woods if something goes wrong. Obviously you want to get yourself out too, but I've linked a dog first aid kit, and what I like about that one there is it actually has a wound cleaner syringe. And really what you're focusing on with this is paw injuries are really gonna be the biggest thing, and you wanna be able to know how to wrap their paws up, disinfect them, clean them, wrap them with gauze so they can get home safely, and then you can maybe get to the vet if it's something more serious. Good girl, just stay over here for a minute, okay? Hi, I know. Oh my goodness. One thing that I forgot to even have here, we're actually near a river, is a towel. I tend to forget towels every time we go somewhere with water, and my whatever car I'm driving pays the price. So a towel, a chamois, something like that is great for your dog, especially if you get into some muddy or wet conditions. Also on the subject of water, a water filter. Depending on how long you're going, you might need to fill that water bottle up. And the worst thing that can happen on a really hot day for your dog is you run out of water and they're not able to cool themselves down and they overheat. This is the Sawyer squeeze. This is what I use backpacking. This is what I use camping if I need a filter. It's great, it's small. They're really cheap. It's kind of a, not an industry standard, but it's a hobby standard, I guess, for the outdoor segment here. But it works just as well, and you can fill up your water if you don't bring enough, because you can always, you just never know. I mean, you never know how hot it's gonna be, you never know how much water you're gonna bring. Now, of course, you can bring a ton of water, but also you can bring a smaller amount and have the option of filling that back up if you have a smaller water bottle like this one. On the subject of food as well, these are dry bags. This is what we carry her food in if we're going backpacking or camping. You can get these kind of anywhere. There are different sizes. They're dry bags, so you put your food in there, you seal them up, and you buckle this, and they're not gonna get wet. It keeps the food nice and dry, and it also keeps it organized so you don't have to carry like a container or anything. I like the form factor. These are really light and they're small. They can fit in your pack pretty easily. So this is what we carry her food in. And of course, if you're gonna be going overnight as well, you might need some toys. Whenever we're going outside, we bring more rugged toys such as some ropes, tennis balls, Chuckit balls, kind of those things. These are relatively cheap. They're not going to get dirty, they're not gonna get super dirty like a plush or something like that. And you can throw these, you know, Cleo loves these things, just rugged toys if you're going camping or something. Or even if you're just going on a hike and you wanna play with them, you know, throw your ball on like a field or whatever. And the last thing I have in my bag currently is this right here. This is by Roughwear. And this is, if you're going on a day hike, you're probably not gonna need this, but if you're going backpacking or camping, this is Roughwear's dog bed. They also make a dog sleeping bag. We don't have the dog sleeping bag, but we'll probably get that soon. But it's great, right? It folds out just like that. And it's nice. It gives, if your dog likes a bed, I mean, every dog really does, but Cleo loves having a place to sit down or lie down, and it's kind of softer. We had some other options, but hi, sweet girl. Do you like your bed? You want to lie down? Oh, you just got it wet. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Anyway, she does like this thing at a campfire and while we're camping as well. Now, of course, if we get in the tent, she's still gonna steal our bed, but this at least gives her the option of lying down by the campfire and stuff. The dog sleeping bag is great if it's gonna get super cold as well. So yeah, Roughwear makes really good stuff. And another thing too that is kind of crucial depending on your dog and depending on the terrain you're venturing out into are dog hiking shoes. Some dogs hate them, some dogs love them. But I'll tell you this, if your dog gets a cut paw, a dog hiking shoe is gonna be a lifesaver there. Roughwear, again, makes them. They even make ones with Vibram soles. I think they're awesome. If you're going on a really hot day, a lot of rough, jagged rocks in your trail, you might consider a pair of hiking boots for your dogs. Even if they don't like them to begin with and they don't want to wear them the whole time, it's not a bad idea to have them with you in case they have a paw injury, and you can kind of wrap the paw up with your gauze, but also give them a boot so they can get home safely as well. So this is the stuff that we take with Cleo, our dog, whenever we go out hiking or backpacking. We don't take all of it every time. It just depends on the trip. But I really wanted to share this with you guys because I've been hiking with her for years, and I wanted to pass on the knowledge that I've learned about what works, what doesn't work, what you need and what you don't need, especially for those of you out there that maybe you have a dog and you want to get into hiking, or you're going to get a dog and you love hiking already. You know, these are just things that, and whether it's hiking, camping, fishing, you know, anything your dog likes to do in the outdoors, these are great additions to your kit out there. Again, all the links are in the description, as well as, you know, some things I didn't maybe talk about. If you want to support the channel, click those links and buy through there. It helps out that way. But yeah, if there's something I missed, please let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for things to make Cleo more comfortable and let us have more adventures outdoors. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this stuff helped you. And either way, I will see you next time. We got 2 great videos coming out soon. Another adventure video with Cleo, actually. She's gonna be there for both of them coming up. So I hope this video helped you guys, and I hope you're able to get outside soon. Hey, come here. Come here. Hey. Oh, you're wet. Say bye. She's looking for squirrels. See you next time.